Check 1 2 1 2, bitch.
What up, everybody?
What up?
This is episode 295.
295.
Of the most consistent podcast, sort of, in the Yay area.
Give me a hell yeah!
iLLogical Sense, this is your boy Busby.
And over here, it's your boy JC No Honey.
How the fuck are you doing, good sir?
And I've been waiting, baby.
Like Pac said, I got my cash right, now I'm ready for war.
Now you're ready to be a daddy. Because you want to see a child.
That wasn't the war I was talking about.
Yeah. Okay. I'm thinking of fatherhood, and you thinking about something else.
Fatherhood ain't war. What the hell are you talking about?
No, I don't know. Shit.
Fatherhood is not war.
Oh, no. The playoffs are still going on, and that was a magnificent round one. Round of applause for the NBA.
Yeah, absolutely. But we'll get into that real quick. We'll get into that in a quick minute. To answer your question, I'm doing good. When we ended the last pod, I thought that was going to be the one before the baby was here. And then the weekend happened, and it was like, I think we could squeeze out one more. And I think we squeezed it out at the right time because, I think we got to head to the hospital tomorrow. So good timing. Good timing.
Good timing, man. Yeah, in a few days, it'll be May the 4th. And then you're shooting for the 5th. So you can get a little synth lord.
No, at this point, I think the baby's going to be here within the next 36 hours.
Oh,
okay. That's what I'm saying. We might have to go in tomorrow. And if we go in tomorrow, they ain't going to waste time. They don't play that, well, you're here, so we're going to wait 4 more days. You go in when you're ready to have a baby.
Yeah, that's true. I get you. But, okay, that's good. About to be a daddy, I'm about to be an uncle, another uncle, I guess. That's what's up. But baby coming at the right time because, oh boy. Oh yes.
There's powerful niggardry at work here.
This is literally the perfect scenario for a playoff round. We got.
That's what I've been wanting for years.
Yeah, in the playoffs? When's the last time that's happened?
With the Lakers versus the Warriors in the playoffs? 1991.
1991?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. So, yeah, the Los Angeles Lakers are going to go against the Golden State Warriors in the second round of the NBA playoffs. Oh, boy.
I choose violence. I choose violence.
Are you not entertained? LeBron and Curry going at it again. We got fan bases beefing with each other. Oh my God. What's it called? I know a couple that's both, that the girl's a Laker fan and the husband's a Warrior fan. There might be divorces happening. Oh my God. This is so exciting.
My phone is so damn volatile and filthy. And every time they keep sending me something, I just turn to Joe Budden. I'm like, I love this. Ask about me.
I love this. Ask about me.
I've had 2 friends that have tried to make bets involving our children. And I'm like, stop hiding behind the kids, you coward.
This is about you and me.
Yeah. This is about you, me, and the other degenerates known as Warriors fans. You keep it between us.
In the Facebook group chat, or the group. The first thing I saw was, first off, shut the fuck up, Demmer.
Yeah. It's all chips are in. This is Vegas where you don't hold on to your chips. You remember when I told you scared money don't make money?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, niggas gonna die. That's the motto.
Niggas are gonna die. See, even for me, because I don't got a rat in the race. But like every
yes, you do. You got a Warrior shirt on. You drew your line in the sand.
I guess, but
niggas talking about divorce. Niggas talking about divorces and shit. Nigga, podcast about to end because of this shit.
I just put this shirt on, man. Doesn't mean I don't have a rat in the race. I'm not serious like this. Like you are about all this. So
for the listeners, for the listeners, y'all should know by now. We haven't officially made a statement, but we tried the YouTube thing. It didn't. It worked in the beginning, and then it just kept causing more problems. So we were like, you know what? We built our fan base off of the listeners. We're gonna go back to just listening. But even in that, we still view each other in the app to see each other as we record. Now, for technical purposes, we had to turn it off so that way everything would run more smoothly. But for this narrative, I saw Busby in his shirt and I turned that shit off immediately.
I'm wearing a gold-blooded shirt. My mom got this for me, and I'm just wearing it because I just wearing it just because. And I hella just forgot I was wearing it when I came on here, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm wearing this.
You know, they always say the truth comes out when you're subconscious. Your subconscious leads you to the truth, so I know where you stand.
You should know I'm a Niner by heart. You know, this feels
this
like
ain't
Cowboys.
Football. This ain't football.
This is life.
nigga, this ain't life, nigga. This is war.
This is war. War is life. Life is war.
Nigga, the Golden State Warriors star player, the first letters in his name is W-A-R. War. Wardell.
Wardell. Man, nah, but dead ass though. Like every game, even in all the playoffs, I always just wait till like the third or fourth quarter. That's when shit gets exciting. Now for these games, I'm gonna watch from tip off. Like this is
you
a
already
special moment.
see that's your problem. You already behind. If you gonna tune in that tip off, you're already behind, my brother. No, this is the shit you watch during pregame. This is the shit that you watch when you see them pregame interviews and you hanging on to every single word that the reporters are saying. It's like, nah, he said that nigga scared, or he said that. Nah, he ready to go. Damn, I don't know about him. I don't know about that matchup. He talking real sensitive right now. He may not got it in him tonight. That nigga ain't got no heart.
He ain't got no heart. Oh shit.
Yeah. Now how we got here? How we got here?
I'm about to say how did we get here?
Yeah, Lakers and Memphis, of course. When was the last time we talked? Last week?
2 weeks ago.
Okay. Was that a Monday? Yeah, that was a Monday. Okay, so at that time, it was tied 1-1. If I'm correct.
Yeah, it was tied. Yeah, it was tied.
No, it wasn't tied. It was 3-1. Whatever the case. 2-1, 3-1. Okay. Dylan Brooks was in the middle of talking that talk. Lakers then went back to Memphis. They got their ass. We'll call it what it is. Then they came home, and everybody, oh, they don't want to go back to Memphis. You don't want to go back to Memphis. You're not trying to go back to Memphis.
Somebody did this.
By the time the fourth quarter started, I was already writing up drafts, taunting whoever was going to win or lose the Sacramento and Golden State series. It wasn't close.
No, but the Dylan Brooks. Did we talk about what Dylan Brooks said? Poking the bear and all that shit.
Yeah, that was covered.
Oh my God,
he. I want to give you his stat line. Dylan Brooks, for all that talk, averaged 10 points, 3 rebounds.
Wow.
1 assist, half a steal, 23% from the 3-point line, 31% from the field goal altogether.
Never won. Lamar Odom. No, what's his name? Lamar never lost. Never won.
Yeah, damn, never lost, never won. He may not be back in Memphis next year.
He talked all that shit and avoided the media. That was the most like wild shit about that. You talked all that shit, and after LeBron fucking bigged you up, like, dude, I watched that shit like after he said I want to poke the bear, and I watched that game on my break room, and I was going, LeBron fucking James, nigga. I was like, teach that nigga a lesson.
Yeah, but that's why I kept saying that LeBron, don't focus on that shit. And I was like, that's a distraction. And I kept getting mad when everybody was like, yeah, Bron, go for him. I was like, this ain't about Bron, nigga, this Lakers. And that's why you always got to remember. It's what always separates fans like me, aside from the 3-6 Mafia that came over.
Yeah.
Then it starts going to, no, Bron, show him. And I'm like, no, because if you follow the game plan, you're going to have the opportunity to show him. It's going to be okay. You don't got to do that right now. So then game 4 happened. Beautiful, ended in overtime. He was really letting niggas know. Game 5. This whole series went as according to the way I predicted. I said Lakers were going to win game 1. They were going to give up game 2. The only reason why I was mad about losing game 2, like I said on the last pod, was because Ja was out. That was really the only reason why I was upset. But I knew they were going to lose game 2. Then they were going to come back here and hold down the fort and go up 3-1. But because they were inexperienced, they were going to give up game 5. And they were going to come back home in game 6 and shut it down. Dylan Brooks said, I don't respect anybody that don't give me 40. And I was like, okay, LeBron didn't give you 40. AD didn't give you 40. I'm him. Austin Reeves didn't give you 40. That's fine. But as a collective, niggas gave you 40.
Now
125 to 85.
That game, my nigga, for game 6, I went to go see an advanced screening of Guardians of the Galaxy and shit, right? So the movie is great. I'll talk about that later. So I couldn't be on my cell phone because they had security, but the only time I get to peek, I was seeing the Warrior game and I'm like, okay, Warriors lost, whatever, right? So the movie was over. So I take my phone out. Let's see how the Lakers are doing. And I saw the score and I said, oh my God.
Yeah.
And I text you like, nigga, I just got done watching Guardians of the Galaxy. What the fuck? Like, and then you text me back saying, nigga, we the Galaxy.
Yeah, exactly.
Hell yeah.
We the Galaxy. That is exactly right. We the Galaxy.
Like,
you was watching the wrong one.
What happened? I know you watched those. What happened that game?
Memphis started the game hot. At one point, I believe the score was 7-2. Mm-hmm. And after that, they never recovered. I'm not even saying that to like brag or to make jokes about it. I'm legitimately saying they started the game off, I think 4 for 5. And then their next 18 shots, I believe they only made 2.
What the fuck?
Yeah, the heat got turned on. Oh, that was also what played a factor. Kyrie Irving came as I don't know if he was an official Lakers guest, but he showed up with his daughter with the game. Jack Nicholson was back in the building. All the stars were in the building. Dre was there. Jimmy Iovine.
That was really nice to see Jack Nicholson.
Yeah. It just seemed like it restored the feeling. So Kyrie was there, and then word on Lakers Twitter was like, "Oh, Kyrie's here. D'Angelo Russell's either going to fold under pressure or he's going to look at it and be like, no, you did this to me in 2019. You're not taking my job again." And that's exactly what happened. D'Angelo Russell ended that night with 31 points.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, he went off in the first quarter. I think if I'm not mistaken, he ended the first quarter, I think, with 13 points.
Wow.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, once D'Angelo Russell was cooking, it was just a matter of LeBron coming in. But the real star of that game was Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis looked like goddamn Wilt Abdul O'Neal.
Oh God, really?
Yeah, every time they came into the paint, he was snatching it. There was one point for John Morant. His block wasn't just a block; it was a block steal. Like he went up to go for a shot and he blocked it, but he kept his hand on it, so he snatched it from his hands.
Oh,
and then there was another time, niggas just kept coming in the paint and he just kept sending it back. And when he wasn't sending it back, he was causing enough pressure and enough trouble for them. The ball, they just didn't know what to do. And then at one point, they kept lobbing the ball to him all night, and for whatever reason, it wasn't connecting. And then in the third quarter, I don't know what was on Jaren Jackson Jr.'s mind, but he tried to go up in midair. He fell, and that's when AD decided that was the top. That was the lob he was going to connect. So there's a picture where he's putting the ball in, and midair, Jaren Jackson Jr. is already falling on his ass.
Wow.
Yeah, it was one of those games where I was like, finally, LeBron and AD can sit in the fourth quarter. Thank you, God. And then I went on rant. And then I went on my rants, and I started taunting. I want everybody to know officially, I have renounced everything NorCal culture for the next 2 weeks. Do not come to me and play me any E40. Do not come and play any Thiz records around me. I love the soil, and I will always love the soil. But as far as I'm concerned, Death Row Records. As far as I'm concerned, I think at one point I even said, I think at one point I blacked out. I went to my full. This is Dylan Brooks need to take notes from me. I went to full villain mode. I told fans, I said, your teams keep leaving Oakland and like deadbeat fathers and linking up in other cities.
Oh, God damn.
So, yeah, I didn't hold anything back. I went that route. But again, I've renounced everything. I've renounced everything NorCal. I will not be eating Nation's Burger. I will be ordering straight from Tam's Burger. Everything will be outsourced from Southern California, particularly Los Angeles greater area. I'm not here for the nonsense. If you represent the Warriors, I will be taunting you at every single forum. Even if Lakers in 6, I want to make that clear. Lakers in 6. So that means I know we're going to give up 2 games. Even when you win those 2 games, I will still be talking. I will still be insufferable. I will be everything negative in your mind and in your household. Auntie Louie looked at Franklin Saint and said, "You are the devil." He said, "Yeah, I know." I say, "Yeah, I'm him." Okay, I want that to be perfectly known with everybody. Okay, I'm not here for play.
Oh, God.
Okay, the only thing that's off limits in this is the children. That's the only thing off limits.
Is the children.
to my boys and even some of my girls. You, your spouse, your father, your siblings, everybody. Well, depending on how much your mother's fed me. I won't go that. I won't go that deep. But your father, your fathers, your spouses, your siblings,
your whole family,
your dusty ass uncles. The uncles that always look at my hoodies. The uncles always look at my hoodies like, "Oh, you got the wrong team on." No, you just got bad vision.
This is like the opening of Revenge of the Sith. War!
Yeah, exactly.
Well, goddamn.
I don't want the smoke. I want hell.
I want hell. The funny thing about all this, people, is that JC is 1,000% serious about all of this. I
am dead serious. I'm going at some point during this series, I'm going to be in the hospital preparing for the birth of my child. This is how I know that my child loves their father. My child is potentially coming in the week of Star Wars, in the midst of Warriors versus Lakers. Like this is I couldn't ask for anything else. Even I hope that one of these games it goes back 1-1. So that way, when you try to taunt me, I would do nothing but taunt you right back in excitement and let it be known I am unbothered. I'm unfazed. Lakers in 6. That means we have to lose twice. I don't care. I don't care.
And you don't even care. You don't even care about how. Oh damn! This feels like the finals. This should be the finals. Fuck it, because this is just. Because this is. I don't know how they can top this. Because this is great. This is some good shit.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Then the Kings and Warriors series.
The Kings? I thought you were gonna call them the Queens. She called them the Queens.
I'm giving them respect.
Okay.
I'm giving them the respect. It was Kings Warriors. Everybody thought it was going to be in 6. I called it from 7 from jump. Mm-hmm. The Warriors didn't know how to act when they went into Game 6. They thought it was a cakewalk, and Kings came out ready. And Game 7 happened, and it looked like a good war. And then, yeah, it was a good war. Wardell happened. I don't know how else to explain it. I don't know why. I don't know why Warriors fans keep contacting me saying, what you got to say about Steph? What you got to say about Steph? He is easily one of the greatest talents I've ever seen in my life.
You call him God's my player. You call him God's my player.
I've said that for years.
Yes.
And this is why Warriors fans. This is why Warriors fans disgust me. Okay, they come into my mention. You mentioned me about everything, this, that, and the third. But I'm the one who told y'all that you were going to beat the Dallas Mavericks in 2007 when you thought that the trade happened too late. I have receipts for that. You know how they say the North never forgets?
Yeah.
Okay, New Daddy Cole never forgets.
New Daddy Cole doesn't forget.
I remember y'all. I see you. I know you. You were 45 and 37 that year. I said that was good enough to get the 8th seed, and the Mavericks don't want you. They don't want to see you. And y'all didn't believe me then. But then the next year, y'all said, the Warriors going to the finals, and you went 51 and 31, and you didn't make the playoffs. You became the first team in NBA history to win 50-plus games and not go to the playoffs. I know you.
I know you.
I know you better than you know yourselves. I've seen so many posts about people saying that Bay Area Lakers fans are disgusting, and I'm like, that's funny because when Kobe had an afro and Shaq was Thanos, you were in Kings gear.
That's what makes this series so great because I know a whole lot of Warrior fans that were Kobe fans that were Laker fans back in the day. I remember I saw that shit. I didn't forget.
Yeah,
that's what makes this series so great.
I've seen people lump me in like, LeBron fans they come to some of my posts. LeBron fans are so biased, and I'm like, I don't care about LeBron versus Steph. You keep telling me stats about 15 and 7. First of all, that was the Warriors against the Cavs. Mm-hmm. I don't fault Kevin Durant for going to the Warriors. I thought it was soft, but at the same time, I said that's a smart business move, and the fans should be ashamed of themselves because they're the ones that pushed him there. But let's call a spade a spade. 8 of those victories were with Kevin Durant, and Kevin Durant on the Warriors was an unstoppable team, like everybody claimed that they were. That they followed it up with that. So if you thought it was going to be any different for LeBron, I don't know what you expecting, but that has nothing to do with the fact. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I was never a Cavs fan. What the fuck you bringing up Warriors and Cavs stats to me? You want to know a stat? 1-0. Play-in game. Okay,
I remember that.
The very first play-in game. Lakers sent the Warriors home off of a Steph Curry shot. By who? LeBron.
LeBron couldn't see, and LeBron
I can't see. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Exactly. Yeah, 1-0. So how about that? I know it takes a series, but that's a good start.
So technically in your mind.
But Steph Curry went off. Okay.
50 points.
He told the Kings that you are queens and you aren't built for this. I don't need you to light. I do not need you to light the beam. I need you to light the meth, and let's go home.
Shout out to what's his name, De'Aaron Fox though. He's a dog.
Salute to De'Aaron Fox, Domantas Sabonis. I have no idea what kind of display of athleticism he thought he was putting on, but it wasn't that. He let Kevin Looney look like damn Bill Russell and Hakeem Olajuwon.
And he got mad and didn't shake fucking Draymond's hand after the game. I was like, and then Draymond got mad about that. I'm like, my guy, Draymond, you stomped on this nigga's chest.
Draymond is a funny character. Draymond said, I don't respect him for that. It was like, you stomped on his chest. And then a few years ago, they pulled up clips of you not shaking Tristan Thompson's hand and you beat him. You want to talk about sore losers? You were a sore winner. And you punched Jordan Poole. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many levels to what's about to occur this week, and I'm very excited. But Lakers in 6. I know Steph is going to go off. He's God's my player. That hasn't changed. So please stop talking to me in my text messages about Steph Curry. What do you have built for them? We pray when it comes to Steph Curry. But outside of that, can Jordan Poole not look like an idiot and let the ball bounce 5 different times before it goes out of bounds? Is he going to play for the Bunnies, or is he just going to show up and do nothing?
When he's in LA, all the bad bitches going to be over there. So you never know shit.
Yeah, but will it be consistent? You can have a quarter. Is it going to be consistent?
Yeah.
I don't fear this Warriors team. if this was the Warriors team from like 2016, 19, okay, well KD that's easy because it's Kevin Durant on there.
2019, isn't that when they were trash?
No, that's when they went to the finals. They lost to the Raptors.
Oh, they were wounded too.
Well, 2018. 2000
Okay.
No, 2019 because they went for 4 years. 2018 was what the last time they won with KD.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right.
2019. Yeah, if it was those teams, okay. But I've seen enough Warriors games this year. They're cooking. Don't get me wrong. They're getting back in the groove of things, but that's not a strength in numbers type team. No disrespect to Klay because Klay's an all-timer, but Klay's clearly not the same. Mm-hmm. Draymond don't know if he want to play basketball or if he want to work for WWE.
And Steph Curry.
Andrew Wiggins was, I don't want to, I'm not going to go personal with him because obviously he's going through stuff, but Andrew Wiggins, I couldn't tell if it was Andrew Wiggins or Harrison Barnes. They were so interchangeable.
Dude, during that last game, they were missing free throws and shit. And it got to the point where both teams were missing fucking shots. And I'm like, okay, both these squads are tired. Shout out to Looney, though. That motherfucker became Shaq and started just rebounding everything. Everything. Like, oh my God. It was amazing to watch.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But I mean, again, do I respect the Warriors? For sure. Absolutely do. Mm-hmm. But do I fear them? I don't fear this year's incarnation of the Warriors. This is a very manageable team. Huh? Well, I don't fear any. Yeah, but I grew up rooting for Kobe. I don't fear no man. So that's out the window. But
listen,
I'm very excited.
This team doesn't make you nervous. This team doesn't make you nervous. How about that?
No.
Okay.
Those fuck you threes that you keep talking about with Steph, I laugh at those.
You laugh at those.
I'm like, oh, that's cute. Okay. Okay. Inexperienced guys don't know how to handle that, but you hit those against the Lakers. Okay, we'll see you next quarter. That's fine. Have fun. I don't get scared with those.
Okay. Oh man, this is it's like I don't care about no other series right now. This is the only series. Well, if we could segue from that, because personally for me, how many games I think it's going, I honestly, the fan in me, I want it to go all 7 games because that's just the fan in me. Realistically, how many games I see this going? 5. I don't know who. I think it's going 5.
That's disrespectful. That's disrespectful to both squads.
Well, I was wrong before.
You basically saying one squad is ass. You saying one squad is ass. Like, you just happy to be here. And I'm gonna tell you right now, the Golden State Warriors are not happy to just be there. Okay, they're gonna get another game.
Oh yeah, I know. I don't know. Like, I honestly do not know. So it's just, I was wrong last time. I said 6 last time. You said 7. I said 6. So you're saying Lakers in 6. I'm not picking a squad 5. So
you already picked the squad. You got the shirt on.
That don't mean shit.
Yes, it does.
No, it don't.
What are you talking about?
My narrative, it don't mean shit.
Well, you don't believe anything in your narrative. You have wrong nararratives.
No, I'm bang bang Niner gang.
This isn't football.
Hey. Anyway, so if we continue on in the playoffs, so Jimmy Butler.
I don't know if he's. I don't know much about. Here's the thing about Jimmy Butler, man. Jimmy Butler will go through the motions all throughout the regular season, and everything will be. They'll be up against the wall, backs up against the wall. They're facing God knows what, and Jimmy Butler will make a call to God, and he'll be like, "Give me something harder." And God's like, you're playing life on the hardest mode ever. I don't know what else to give you.
Give me something.
And Jimmy Butler
more.
will get on the phone, and Jimmy Butler will be on the phone. He's like, fine, you suck, and hang up. And he'll go out, and he did what he did single-handedly against the Bucks in Game 5. I've never seen anything like that. The Bucks were up by 16. I think the Bucks were up by 15 and 16 in Games 4 and 5 going into the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
I've never seen anybody just come in and say, I've seen Kobe do some magnificent things, but the Lakers were never down. They've never been down. There was only one time I remember them being down by a significant amount, and that was the Trailblazers game in that Game 7. But that was that really wasn't Shaq or Kobe. That was actually the role players that got them back in the game. I've never seen anybody single-handedly will them like, oh, we're down 15. Oh, that's fine. What you guys want to eat for a celebratory victory after this game? Like what? Huh?
I'm talking about not the last game, but the game before.
I'm talking about a series. They asked for the whole time, and then the fourth quarter comes, and he's like, "Oh, you guys, okay, let's have a victory dinner." Everybody like, what? He just goes out, and he turns into the reincarnation of Michael Jordan. I've never seen anything like this.
The last game, because I was watching the Warriors sack game, and I'm looking up because they were up 3-1. And they have the score, the updating score. So I'm like looking up and I'm seeing the Bucks are just whooping their ass. So I'm going, okay, whatever. Fourth quarter, it was like 100-something to 83. So I'm going like, okay, this game's over. I'm just going to pay attention. So I'm watching the Warriors and Sacks game, and then I'm kind of get quiet and I'm going like, let's see how the score's looking. And I look up and I'm seeing Miami creeping. I'm like, oh, it's going higher. What the fuck? What the fuck? And I just turned to the game, and then I'm just like, and then I literally turned to the game when fucking Jimmy Butler like laid it in, and he pointed at old boy, said, "I own you."
Yeah, he pointed at Drew Holiday, who is one of the greatest defenders in the league today.
Yes. Told him,
he said, "I own
you."
I want to add some more context too. He said, "I own you" when the Heat were down by 6.
Yes, that's when I turned to it, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" And
just when you think it's all over, Jimmy Butler puts up this wild, crazy ass shot with 0.5 of a second left, and they tied it going to overtime. And at the time, I was going all in on Bud. However, I've since then have pulled back in the realization and the revelation that since the series has ended, in the midst of that series, Bud's brother actually died in a car accident. So I'm going to cut him some slack. I'm not even going to focus on that because I'm going to send condolences and love because Lord only knows the strength that it takes for any human being to go through losing a sibling and a loved one and then going to work trying to focus on work. So that's neither here nor there. They go into overtime and it's just pure domination and it ends and I'm just staring at my screen like, how did the Miami Heat do this again? Like, why did I fall for the fact that the Miami Heat couldn't be this good again? How did I fall for this? Why did I fall for this? Why did I allow myself to really believe that the Heat were just here today, gone tomorrow? I don't get it.
Jimmy Butler was doing shit Jordan does. It was wild to see. And then it was just like, and then I just started, it became the Monday Night Wars again because I was going back from TNT, the NBA network, to NBA TV. Like it was fucking like Monday Night Raw and Nitro. Because it was getting close in both games.
Right. The wild thing was that night, the Warriors Kings in Game 5 was actually a really good game. But I couldn't get to that game because I was glued into Milwaukee and Miami.
And even when that game ended, when the Warrior game ended, I called JC, or you called me. One of us called each other, and I'm just like, did I just see that?
Yeah. Basically. Which then now brings us into a quick subtopic in the midst of all this. Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah.
I love you, man. I love you. I respect you.
What kind of shit is that?
He went up to the podium and they asked him if this season was a failure. And he got, first of all, the way he responded was hilarious. I want to give him credit for that. It's very authentic. He was like, oh, jeez. Oh, my God. Okay. Oh, my God. Okay, so... Okay, but see, look, okay.
You've done this before. You've asked me this question last year. You asked me this question last year.
And he just got so defensive, and I was like, Giannis, it's okay, bro. Like, you're not a failure. You are not a failure.
It was a really good answer. Don't get me wrong. It was a really articulate answer.
Yeah, but it was the wrong time. Like you yourself are not a failure. Your teammates themselves are not a failure. But you, as the Milwaukee Bucks, you guys finished the year with the number 1 overall seed, meaning that it didn't matter who was coming out of the West. If you made it to the finals, you were hosting home court. You had the best record in the NBA. I believe they were in the top in point differential. They were at the top in a lot of things. They were playing a team that had just won the play-in.
Yeah.
You became the first team in NBA history to lose to a play-in team in a series.
The number 1 seed at that.
You are the 6th team in NBA history to go number 1 and lose to an 8 seed. You guys failed the mission.
That's a failure.
Like if they had gone to the conference finals and they lost, to be like, okay, you guys failed, but all right, you know what I mean? Like you got there. You lost in the first round, and albeit Giannis was hurt, that I get that, that's fine. But no, you don't get away with that.
No, you do not, man.
Because I see Giannis as one of the greats. Mm-hmm. He's an MVP. He's a champion. He's a finals MVP. He doesn't get to hide behind that.
No, because then someone answered. They showed what Kobe said. Because Kobe said, they asked him, "Do you consider the season a failure?" And he was just, Kobe just simply said, "The main objective here is to win a championship. So yes, the season is a failure." Straight like that. That's right. What it is.
And then I saw people bringing up Kobe when he was talking with Jamel Hill, how he was saying, well, he was basically saying something supportive of what Giannis said in terms of, well, failure is only how you respond. So if you don't come back better, learning from everything, yes. And I was like, Kobe wasn't talking about basketball. He was just talking about life in general.
Life.
That was a completely different. That was a way to motivate people. If you ask Kobe, at the end of his loss at every single playoff series, you're not getting that answer.
That nigga was. You know how mad he was. I saw how mad he was. I was mad for him.
Bro, Kobe was so mad. Kobe was so mad at the end of the 2003 NBA playoffs when we lost to the Spurs and we got our ass kicked by the Spurs that year.
I remember that.
He was so mad that he cried on the bench. This man had just won 3 titles. back to back to back.
Mm-hmm.
He was so mad he cried.
It's intoxicating. Winning was intoxicating for him. And when you take it away, it's like taking it's like taking money away from Franklin. How about that? He was obsessed with it. And when it got taken away, there was nothing he could do about it. He was pissed. Ugh. See, Kobe was, what was the word? Same beast, different animal? Same animal, different beast? Mm-hmm. Whatever. Yeah. And then what made it nasty was Nike's fucking response to it.
Oh my gosh, man.
That was some nasty shit. Like,
how am I supposed to wear my Nikes and feel like a winner today? I put on my Nikes now. I put on my Nikes and I'm saying, I can, whatever happens. I can go through the motion.
I'm a loser today. I can be a loser today. The fuck's wrong with you? No.
Somebody did this.
Oh, that brings up a good question. That brings a good question for me, for you, Busby. What is failure in your mind? Because I do support to an extent what Giannis said.
Yeah.
However, no.
What's failure in my mind? Losing the Super Bowl? How about that? Losing the Super Bowl. Failure is, and Nick, why you ask me that?
I was gonna go deeper. To me, failure is trying to talk your way out of your L.
Oh, that's a massive L. That's a massive failure. Yes.
Yeah.
Like you had to talk your way out of it.
Failure is trying to talk your way out the L instead of just accepting it and then realizing, okay, I got to be better than I was.
You know who accepted his L? John Morant. Because what did John Morant say at the beginning of the season? I don't feel like I'm good in the West. They brought that up in the press conference, and he was like, "Yeah, I said it. I own it. You know, I live with it." And that was that. And I respected him for that. And I'm like, okay, I kind of like you now. Like you accepted it.
And I'm not trying to take anything away from Ja. Here's the difference between the two, though. Ja freshly got $200 million.
Yeah, true.
Giannis got that same money too. Giannis is also a father of 2 with a wife. Ja looked like he about to splurge a good portion of that $200 million this summer.
He about to be a whore.
Like, you know what I'm saying? His hair color, you know what I mean? He in Memphis.
He's kind of happy the season's over with, so he'd be like, "Oh shit, I go to Vegas."
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Like it hits a little different for him. Giannis, though, Giannis is Giannis. Giannis already won. Giannis already got some hardware. So I just would expect different responses from Giannis in that regard. Again, it's not to say one's better than the other, I'm just saying I would expect the 23, 24-year-old to be a little bit more easy about it versus the late 20-something-year-old, if not in his 30s.
Yeah.
But again, it's a teachable moment. But again, I believe one component of failure is that when you are unable to take your L and just move forward with it, when you try to talk your way out of it. Another way, again, I do agree with some aspects of what Giannis said. You wake up, you put your best foot forward. Some days you get rewarded for it. Some days you don't, but you just keep going. You go through your process to get it. Sometimes the days aren't necessarily about getting praise. It's just to get to the next level. I get that. I understand that. Giannis Antetokounmpo, you are not a failure. A lot of people saw your movie on Disney. We know you individually are not a failure, but your team, the Milwaukee Bucks, had a goal. You were one of the top 4 teams in all of this parody madness. You were the top 4 that everybody saw. Oh no, they're gonna get there. Like they got a legitimate shot to get there, and you guys fell short. That's a failure. It's okay.
In the first round. It's a fact.
That's what makes it a stinger. It was the first round. You became the first team to lose to a play-in team.
Oof, that's like losing to a wild card team. That's basically what it is.
No.
Losing to a wild card team.
No.
That's what.
No. It's so much different. Niggas lose wild cards every day, B. You are the first team to lose to a play-in winner.
Oh yeah, the one that barely just got in.
Like that you got to go back and look at yourself in the mirror in that instance. But the game's the game. Now it's Heat and Knicks. I was completely wrong about the Knicks Cavs series. Salute to the Knicks.
You thought the Cavs were going to make it?
I thought the Cavs were going to win in 7.
Oh wow,
it wasn't even close.
They destroyed their asses.
Them Biggs and Donovan Mitchell look like he wanted to know. They look like they wanted to go party in Cleveland for the summer. More power to them, but damn, that didn't look close at all. I'm very, very glad it's Heat Knicks. They're restoring the feeling.
Yeah, I'm happy for the Knicks fans.
I don't know if you remember, but from 1997 to 2000, it was Heat and Knicks at some point in the playoffs 4 years in a row. It was glorious. Some of the best playoff fights occurred in those series. Amazing.
Brother.
Yeah.
Who's going to win this series, though?
I got Heat in 7. Heat won the first game. So we'll see how that plays out. But I'm very excited. I'm very excited for that series. I can't say enough about that series. Then you got Celtics Sixers. I don't ever want to say it pains me because you got to pick a winner, and I'm not stupid and naive. Sixers had a good shot, but with Joel Embiid out, I mean, Celtics are the Celtics. They've been the Celtics for a while. So I got the Celtics winning that. I'll give the Celtics 6. I think Joel does come back at some point. So it gives them,
the Sixers won. As we're talking right now, they pulled it out in the end.
Yeah, see?
So they covered
that. Yeah, they covered that. They're playing with house money. I think the Celtics come back and handle business there in Game 6. And then you got Nuggets and Suns. I picked the Suns in 6, but in watching that first game, I'm not going to switch just yet because the series doesn't start till the road team wins. So Nuggets is just hold and serve. But boy, that Suns bench is disgusting.
Oh, so they don't got a bench.
They gave it all up to get KD.
See, that's what Kaz was talking about, man. I think Kaz was talking about on his podcast. The days of giving up everybody just to get a star player, that shit's out the window now. Because you need a bench to survive.
Yeah, and the funny thing was, and again, I mean, you have the opportunity to go get Kevin Durant. You're going to go get Kevin Durant. I don't care. There's going to get star players, and then there's going to get generational star players. So if you have the opportunity to get KD, I'm not mad at it. I just thought it was funny how they sent their top defensive player, who was averaging like 11 to 15 points a game with the Suns, and then you sent him over to the Nets, and Mikal Bridges is averaging damn near 30 a game. So he had it in him this entire time. He just wasn't getting the looks. So I mean, really Devin Booker and KD together, I'm not necessarily concerned just yet, but that first game, it wasn't a good outcome. But we're gonna see how that plays out.
I looked at that score. That looked nasty.
Now, I do want you to understand. So there's history that was made overall as we start closing up basketball talk. There was history made overall. This is the first time in NBA history where every single seed is represented in the semifinals. Seeds 1 through 8, there's one of them in the semis. Y'all niggas said you want parity. But then when the Lakers beat Memphis, you want to bitch and complain. You want a parody, but when the Warriors win as a 6th seed, you want to complain. No, you asked for this. You
wanted this.
Yeah.
Y'all wanted this shit.
Now I also want to prepare you for this.
Okay.
If the Nuggets win, if the Lakers win, if the Celtics win and the Heat win, this is a repeat of the conference finals in the bubble.
Oh, really? Really? Wow. Huh.
So if it goes that way, is this God's way of saying, yeah, you guys learn? Okay, here you go.
If
now
it's Miami and LA, oh my God. That'll be some shit. That would be some shit.
Yeah, ain't no COVID stopping this time.
There will be a parade. Not at Disney, even though I really wanted it to be at Disneyland, but still. Or Disney World, that's where it was at. But yeah. And that game when you guys beat them, was that supposed to be in LA? The one when y'all won the championship?
No, it would have been in Miami.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's why I think the Lakers would have. I think if it was outside the bubble, the Lakers would have won in 5. I don't think you come into LA in Game 5 and blow that series or blow that game. But it is what it is. Yeah, but no, I put that out there just so you can see how the universe could play out. Because I don't guarantee anything that I don't have control over. I make predictions. I talk trash as a result of those predictions, but I don't have control over this. Steph Curry has control over this. LeBron has control over this. You know what I'm saying? Like I watch.
They're calling this the last dance between LeBron and Steph. Like it can't happen again next year.
Right? Crazy. Wild, man.
Oh man! Like I said, those two are destined to do this forever.
Yeah, exactly.
Like years from now, there's gonna be a sit down interview between him and Steph. And the thing is, they're not bitter rivals. That's the thing. Like they don't they talk trash, but they have a respect for each other. So it's like,
Steph used to go to LeBron's house and bowl.
You feel me?
Like when LeBron got the opportunity to draft Steph in the All-Star game, they were giddy, like buddy laughing. That's why it was so funny to make fun of Warriors fans in his contract year. So I was like, oh, this is where it starts.
Yeah, I know, right? But I think of Steph, that dude is I remember I watched how Kobe described Steph as being very calm and present and in the moment. And he said people like that, they're killers. Like he's an assassin. And dude, Steph was at the free throw line smiling, throwing those free throw shots because he was very present and in the moment. And then when he dropped 50, that nigga had this little Joker ass grin on his face. Just like, yeah. Like
one thing people can never take away from me, I have never disrespected Steph Curry ever. Ever.
You have not.
I have never disrespected that man or his game. He is the reason why I feel sick to my stomach. Because you have all disrespected him so much to the point where I actually have to root for him so he can lay down the law. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
But there have been times where I have actually pulled for the Warriors because it's just, you're talking way too reckless about this man. He's going to have to do it. He's going to have to pull it out, and he's going to have to do it to you this way. So I've never disrespected Steph in that realm.
It's like the media wants this team to break up because they're tired of them winning. That's what it is.
Well, I mean, Steph
trio,
yes, they played 27 playoff series to this date, and they've only lost 4. They got the highest winning percentage. That's better than Michael Jordan's playoff winning percentage, Kobe's playoff winning percentage, Shaq's winning percentage. Like Steph Curry's winning percentage in playoff series it's better than Michael Jordan's. So it ruins people's narratives.
Exactly. They ruin everybody's narratives. That's why I laugh when they keep winning. And it's like a part of me wants them to win again just to destroy more narratives. It's like, and then the media just wants to break them up, try to cause conflict and shit. And then after that, Draymond and them come out and they're like, oh no, we're all brothers. Like, and they're like, fuck.
Yeah. So I've never disrespected Steph in that realm. But I know a lot of you niggas disrespected the Lakers.
I mean, because once again, you niggas were winning, and they hated that shit.
I'm not talking about the wins. I'm talking about the down years.
The team, when Kobe was gone and shit.
I'm talking about the years where people were making fun of me for coming in Lakers gear to work. I remember those. I never forgot. I never forgot. Don't worry about the year. Just know I never forgot. You don't got to worry about the year. It's okay. The point is, I remember.
The point is, I never remember.
I never disrespected Steph, but you disrespected me.
Yeah.
I never forget. I'm good.
You never disrespected. Honestly, you never disrespected none of them besides Draymond. You never disrespected Clay. You never disrespected Steph.
I never really disrespected Draymond. If you think about it, I said I would love to have Draymond on my team. I said this. I have said over the years. I said this is hard to root against the Celtics and it's hard to root against the Warriors because I like all the players involved with these teams.
Yeah.
But you know who also I never disrespected Steph, but you know who did disrespect Steph?
Who?
Warriors fans.
Yeah,
I never forgot. I never forgot. That Monte Ellis trade. Yeah.
Oh, I remember that.
See, if some of you don't remember the Monte Ellis trade, that's because you were Kings fans at the time. It's okay. I know. I remember I said you at the beginning of this podcast. I know you. I know you. It's okay.
I remember when Monte got traded and niggas were pissed off and they were going like, oh, why the fuck we keeping Steph? Who the fuck is Steph Curry? It's bad knees, bad this, blah, 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 blah. I remember that.
Oh, and it didn't stop there. They traded him, and then that night or the next night, they went and did something at halftime and they booed management.
They booed, what's his name? The GM. They booed the GM, and the GM said, I promise you, you got to be patient with us. We will get there. And he delivered. Yeah,
see, y'all ain't got no vision. You ain't got no vision. It's okay.
I'm telling you, Warrior fans and Niner fans, they're the most just weird. Like, I'm not talking about like the lawyer Warrior fans that were there from the beginning. I'm talking about the bandwagon motherfuckers that popped on when they started winning. They are just weird. Same with Niner fans too. They're just so entitled for everything. They just keep thinking the worst is gonna happen and shit. Like almost they want it to happen so they can be like, "Ha, I told you so." But, dude, I saw a tweet that said, "Get rid of Steve Kerr." I saw that, bruh. Like we need to move on from Steve Kerr.
Okay.
What?
Okay. Careful what you wish for. The Lakers can make it happen for you. It's okay.
Same time,
you don't want Steve Kerr's last playoff run to be against the Lakers and the Lakers take him out. You don't want that over your head, do you? See, once again, I know you. I know you better than you know yourselves.
Honestly,
you don't want this. You don't want this. You really don't want this to happen. You want me to be halfway miserable because I'm only gonna be halfway miserable because I'm gonna become a father. So you can't beat me. But
you can't be miserable because you already went through the bad years. I remember on this podcast years ago, even before 2020, you said it in 2017. You said 2020, Lakers 2020. You said it in 2017.
I've been through hell. I've been through hell. I lived there. You know how I survived? I had dinner with the devil.
Hey, chill.
Yeah, that's how you survive.
Chill.
That's how you survive.
He didn't have dinner with Jay-Z. He had dinner with the devil.
Yeah. You chose Jay-Z over the money. I had dinner with the devil. I schooled the devil. I survived and I came back. And I was right. Lakers 2020. You don't want these problems. You just don't want that. You know why?
Why?
Because I know you. You know, they don't want that. It's hard to. So that's the problem with rooting against a fan like me. I'm very unbiased. I know your strengths as well as I know my weaknesses. It's very hard to root against. It's very hard to talk trash with me because when I talk trash, I go where it hurts, and I make sure it doesn't go personal either.
Because I know you.
Exactly. You know who else knows himself?
Who?
Ime Udoka. That's why he's coaching in Houston now.
Mr. Nasty Man.
You think Udoka was at Mocha Fest?
You really have to bring that shit.
There's powerful niggardry at work here.
That's all. That's all. You don't got to answer. I just hypothetically speaking, do you think he was at? You think he was at Mocha Fest?
What was that? So yeah, who's he coaching?
The Houston Rockets.
In Texas?
Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was in Houston too, right? That fest, that Mocha Fest or whatever, that was in Houston, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's basketball. That's basketball. I can't wait. I'm so excited. This might be the last time y'all hear from me, though. You know, I don't want you guys to get it in your head. Oh, well, you just scared. No, I have a child coming in. I know you. I want my time with my child. But just know, I'm around. I'm here. You come find me.
I know you.
Yeah.
So like Jamie Foxx, I'm your conscience.
And you know what's worse as we wrap this up. It's not just that I know them. I do love them. I love them when they don't love themselves.
I love myself. I was listening to Pimp a Butterfly the other day. Help me sleep. And you know what ended it? It ended on I. I woke up on when I came on. Yeah. I love myself.
That's beautiful.
So Jack Harlow dropped an album.
Oh no, you skipping. We still got sports to talk about.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You skipping because we ended the podcast and you got mad that we recorded the podcast early that day. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers is officially a Jet. I thought it was funny that Jets fans. I thought it was funny that Jets fans were mad that they were jumping for joy. Then I saw a select percentage of them that were mad that they gave up the draft picks, and I was like, "What are you mad about?"
You got Aaron Rodgers.
Like, you guys traditionally don't. Aside from last year's draft, you guys don't draft well. So, what are you upset about? But they got Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers there. We already knew what was going on. You know what I'm saying? He made them sign 3 of his former wide receivers in Green Bay. Mm-hmm. We also knew that a month ago, I told Busby that the head coach went up to the podium and said, yeah, Zach Wilson is our number 2 quarterback. Usually that wouldn't be a problem, but the problem with Zach Wilson being your number 2 quarterback was at the time, Zach Wilson was actually the only quarterback on the roster.
Now he is the number 2 quarterback.
Yeah. So we knew what time it was. Let's salute to Aaron Rodgers.
He looked happy as hell. Like he looked like he had a fresh cut and everything. I'm like, wow.
Oh, he looked like an upstanding citizen. Now you see him at the Knick game?
Yeah, looking fresh. He looked
happy. Clean shaven. Yeah.
I've seen Packer fans I'm seeing some Packer fans are literally relieved that he's gone. Like the majority of them are relieved that his ass is gone. Like get the fuck out of here.
Because he turned into Brett Favre. He turned into Brett Favre.
Bar for bar. Literally went to the same team he went to.
At the same age.
Bar.
At the same age.
Same time. Everything. He's going to go to the Vikings next. Watch. Kirk Cousins going to retire. He ain't going to like what's going on in the Jets. He's going to get traded to the Vikings. Watch that happen. Watch that happen.
This is why I say I loosely and I jokingly say I hate the Warriors. But deep down, I love them. Because when you hate so hard, you become what you hate. Mm-hmm. I never want to be a Warriors fan. So I love them from afar.
What's that got to do with
narratives? It's narratives. I just want them to know. I just want them to know that just because we go to different topics, I don't forget about you. I know you.
What's that got to do with Aaron Rodgers and Brett?
It's okay. I'll always tie it back together. But I know him. It's okay. Lamar Jackson.
Round of applause to his mama.
$260 million, $185 million guaranteed over 5 years. The highest paid
how much is guaranteed?
Football player. Yeah, the highest paid football player in NFL history. And I know people were saying, well, he lost that contract battle because Deshaun Watson got all his guaranteed money, and he said he wanted the same as Deshaun Watson. I highly disagree. That $185 million guaranteed is after they offered him $135 million guaranteed. Mm-hmm. He got the extra $50 million, so that's not a loss. He did it without an agent.
Got his mom to fucking talk it out. Good for him.
And gave her the 3%. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so salute to Lamar Jackson.
And he got a wide receiver. He got OBJ.
Yeah, they got him on a one year, $18 million. Then they went in the draft and they got a wide receiver. I forget what homeboy's name is, where he's from, but they made that very clear. Oh, we're gonna give you help now. Here's your wide receiver. So
this is Harbaugh's. This is Big Brother Harbaugh's last chance. He fucks this up, he gone.
Potentially. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it plays out. That leads us into the draft. I got a couple notes. I was paying attention. I was putting the nursery together. I figured I might as well I could have sat down, did nothing, and watched the draft, or I could be active and listen to the draft. So I chose to be active. And there were some notes that I picked up that were pretty cool about this draft. Number one, the number 1 and number 2 overall picks have been best friends since 8th grade. Bryce Young to the Panthers and CJ Stroud to the Texans. I think that's very dope. Okay. I legitimately think that's very, very cool. Number 2, that motherfucker Howie from the Eagles general manager. That's a boy.
He figured, man, he finessed everything. He just said, you know what? I lost the Super Bowl? Nah, I want war. And nigga ransacked the entire fucking Georgia defensive fucking line. I guess.
Howie's like me. He looked at the entire NFL. He said, I know you all. So let me move up real quick. I know you all. Let me move up to the 9 spot real quick. And let me get this boy Carter and let me get the hell up on out of here. Man, he done turned the Eagles into a pipeline for the Georgia Bulldogs. When you thought it was done, the Detroit Lions went and drafted their running back, which was it Bijan Robinson was the first running back taken by the Falcons, which I think was a questionable move, but at the same time, it was one of those moves where it's like, damn, you add Robinson to Drake London and Pitts and all them other weapons around there. You just really got to hope that quarterback pans out because the weapons are there. But Detroit drafted that second running back who I think is going to add some flavor to him. And I'm like, okay, well, what happens with DeAndre Swift? And then round 2 happened. And Adam Schefter himself came out and was like, yeah, so Howie said enough's enough. He looked at Rashad Penny in his new backfield and was like, I could get some better help. I can get some more help. Let me get Swifty. So now Swift, a former Georgia Bulldog, is with the Eagles. And the crazy thing about Swift and Penny being in the backfield is they are not the 1, they are not the 2, they are not the 3. They're possibly not even the 4th option in that offense, which means they could easily save mileage on their bodies and possibly give 10 to 12 rushes a piece and be cool because they're not top 4 options. Top 4 options are Jalen Hurts running. Yeah. Then Jalen Hurts throwing to A.J. Brown. Yeah. Then Jalen Hurts throwing to Devontae Smith. And then Jalen Hurts throwing to Dallas Goedert. Or Goddard. However you say Goddard. Goddard's last name, the tight end. I mean, he got options. And then he can look in the backfield. That's scary. Much. That is a scary sight on paper. It's one of those I fucking guess. Yeah. And then he retooled the defense. And I was like, damn, man. And now rumor is that they're working. I don't know how serious this is, so we got to take it with a grain of salt. But rumor is that they're eyeing Buda Baker. Really? Yeah. It's wild. It's scary times, man. Fuck you. Fuck you. Eagles is here, man. On one hand, on paper, I'm like, damn, that sucks. But for my fantasy teams, I'm like, oh, that's. No. I'm like, hey, I know you too. I'm thankful. I know you too. So shouts out to the Eagles for they had a really good draft. Steelers and Cowboys. I want to give a round of applause. Y'all kept it in the family. Those were 2 really good stories. Sticks put on Twitter. He looked just like his daddy, and I went and looked, and I said, "Wait, that's Joey who?" Mm-hmm. Yeah, Joey Porter Jr., son of Joey Porter Sr. Steelers went and took him in the 2nd round. When you sent me that, I had to do a double check. Like, is this? Oh, this isn't the Matrix. This is reality. What? Right. Yeah. Wow. Impressive. Same incredible team. That's yeah. Same team his dad was on. And you know how parents always say they want their kids to be better than they were, correct? Mm-hmm. Joey Porter Sr. taking the 3rd round. Joey Porter Jr. taking the 2nd round. Wow. Right. And then you got the Cowboys, and we love talking down on the Cowboys, but I will always tell you, I will always salute a heartfelt story above football in itself. And boy, this is heartfelt. They have a scout. His name is Chris Vaughn Sr. His son, junior or the second, but he goes by Deuce. The scout was not allowed to implement the film of his son because obviously it's biased, right?
Yeah.
He didn't even know his son was going to be drafted.
Wow.
They were all in the war room, and they handed him the paper, and they say, "Go call your son." That's how he found out his son was getting drafted.
Oh, wow.
I thought that was incredible that they were able to hide that reveal and save it for him when the time came for them to do that. And he called his son and said, hey, buddy, you want to come to work with me next week? And I like, again, I'm in the nursery, fixing stuff up, and I like that one actually brought a tear down my eyes. I was like, damn, that's really, really cool, man. Like,
that's goals. That's goals right there.
Dog, like to put your heart and soul into your work. You know, I always say this one thing about having worked in the NFL. It's nothing close to a 9-to-5. You actually get to live out some of your dreams and all that. But don't be mistaken, it is work, and you sacrifice a lot. I've missed a lot of birthdays and outing events, you know, in just my 4 years. So to imagine being a father, there's going to be some events that you got to miss, but you do it because you're putting yourself in position for your family, and to have that come back tenfold in the sense of, yeah, my son drives me to work because he actually got to go on the field while I'm in the building. That's
just, together, like,
dog, that's another round of applause. That's so dope and so incredible. And I think that goes even beyond. I mean, we see it in football, but I think that's dope in any other field as well. If that's the tech field, if that's, you know, in was it cooking? You know, as chefs, you know, anything like just anything where it takes you're able to share that experience with the next generation. Like I just that was really one that really tugged on me. That was really, really cool. Again, Cowboys, we make fun of them and all that, but when it comes to these types of stories, I always put the humanity first, and that was just really, really dope, man.
What's also really, really dope is that the first 3 picks were 3 black quarterbacks in the NFL draft.
Yeah.
Black power.
And you want to know the dope thing about that? I think it was either the top 3, top 5, or it was the top 7. I just know it was the top at some point. All of their agents were black. That was the first time in history where all those top picks, all the agents were black themselves.
So who was that white boy that didn't get picked? What was his name?
Will Levis. He got Tennessee traded up to get him in the second round.
But
I think that was the equivalent of the Mac Jones to the Niners. I think that was that equivalent storyline.
Because he was sitting there and he was waiting all day and did not get picked.
He was pacing.
I don't know. What you say?
He was pacing. He was sitting eating. So I don't want to make it seem like he was walking around, but you can tell his mind was wandering.
His girls, was his sisters or were they his girlfriends?
I think his girlfriend was sitting next to him. His girlfriend was looking at him after a while. I was like,
saw the price was going down.
Yeah, I know you too.
I know you.
But yeah, no, he got selected the second round. I mean, again, salute to everybody, whether you're the number 1 pick, whether you're what I still think is very disrespectful to call anybody Mr. Irrelevant, because you still secured a number.
But hey,
whether you're the number 1
made
pick,
that shit irrelevant. Brock Purdy made that shit irrelevant. Now you want to be the last pick because you know you the shit. You saw what Brock Purdy can do? I can do that.
So whether you were the first pick, whether you were the last pick, whether you weren't picked at all, but you got that call to go to rookie minicamp. Salute to y'all, because this is going to be the start of some really good dreams coming to fruition. I was good with the Raiders draft overall. I understood. I forget homeboy's name at 7. He's a defensive end. I remembered something cool about him, which was that his high school team, he was the Raiders. He went to Texas Tech, which is the Red Raiders, and then he got drafted by the Raiders. I thought that was pretty dope. Like, he was destined to do that. Tyree Wilson from Texas Tech.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, got Tyree Wilson, got Michael Meyer, the tight end from Notre Dame, which was a really good tight end on the board. Covered up some holes. They still really didn't cover the secondary the way I would have liked them to. But I understand if you're retooling the front 7 and all that first. I get it. So it is what it is. I was pretty complacent with it overall.
Yeah, we picked up.
I knew you was waiting for the Niners.
Nigga, I didn't care because we gave up all the picks. So it was just like, I guess we picked up some kickers, we picked up some linemen, we picked up some quarterback or whatever. I mean, from what I've read, we made some good picks, I guess, for our take. But nah, man, Lynch is just like, nah, man, fuck them picks. So he's still confident in the squad we got to get to the promised land. I hope so. But hey, man, no excuses. No excuses this year. Oh, yeah, there was a narrative going on that we were going to get rid of Brandon Ayuk and shit like that, or we were going to trade Trey Lance, and none of that shit happened. I was like, well, no shit, it wasn't going to fucking happen. Like, I just see that, again, Niner fans, Niner fucking news writers, like, they just be trying to fucking come up with some type of fucking narrative that ends up not happening.
Oh,
Whatever.
speaking of one more rumor before we start moving forward, that was why DeAndre Swift going to Philly, it was actually a sigh of relief, because do you remember what the first rumor was on what the running back that was supposed to go to Philly?
What was the rumor?
It was supposed to be Derrick Henry going to Philly.
Oh my God. If y'all should see the look on my face right now.
Nigga, I saw that rumor a few weeks ago. I said, oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. No. Oh no, I know him.
No.
I know him. I stood next to him. I stood next to him.
Hypothetically speaking, can you imagine if that would have happened?
Bro, imagine
it would have been Super Bowl.
Imagine trying to stop the option with Jalen Hurts and Derrick Henry running towards you.
Shit.
And then he stops and pulls back and he doesn't give it to Henry, and you got big ass AJ Brown running the seam on the sideline.
Yeah,
I was so thankful. I was so thankful. I said, okay, cool. DeAndre Swift, that's a good boy right there. But I can let him live there, because boy, it could have been so much worse. It really could have been so much worse.
It really could have been worse. Yeah, that GM would have been investigated by the league. Like, how did you do this?
They weren't going to treat him like Rob Pelinka.
It would be like, no. Like that Seth Rollins meme. No. That's not how this works.
Yeah, that was a funny thing too. Busby was talking about Game 7 and what the representation looked like. He said it looked like Undertaker and Shawn Michaels in the Hell in a Cell ring.
Yeah, because they're tired.
He said they going at it. They exhausted. And then I retweeted and I put up a picture of Seth Rollins running to the ring with Money in the Bank. I said the Lakers are waiting for him on Tuesday.
Yeah, that was good. I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty good. Who's gonna capitalize? And just shit, man.
They make a new meme. LeBron James with the red beaming eyes. Capitalization intensifies.
Capitalization intensifies.
But then to leave football real quick on a real somber note. Again, this also hit close to home in a different way, because boy, man, rest in peace to Shaquille Barrett's 2-year-old daughter, Araya. She unfortunately drowned in the family pool. I have no words for that. Just rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
It's very, very difficult, very, very tough. Nothing but love and condolences. I saw that was being sent out. Actually, when I went on the thread of Tampa Bay putting the release out, the first team I saw was the 49ers. And then when I scrolled down, it was just reporters, team after team after team. You never want to see tragedy happen like this. I guess the silver lining is that, again, people are able to put the humanity first. Yeah. So, I do wish them the strength and the courage during this difficult time. That way they know they're loved. But boy, that's tough, man. That's really,
yes,
really hard.
It is.
I know we got Jack Harlow there, but if we're going to stay on the rest in peace, we can say one more rest in peace that it would be somber. Then we can get to another one that kind of pick up our spirits a little bit. Rest in peace to Harry Belafonte as well.
Yeah, man.
And this rest in peace, Harry Belafonte. I want to give a round of applause to Harry Belafonte. You want to talk about black excellence and black civil rights, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Rest in peace to him. Rest in peace. Yeah, 94 years old, man. He lived a good life.
He lived a hell of a life.
Really, though. One hell of a life. And another one,
he was best friends before we tap out. He was actually best friends with Sidney Poitier since they were kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's special.
Mm-hmm.
That's
life,
very special. Yeah,
that's real
that's
special.
your, when you can say that that's your boy for life, and y'all go on to do some incredible, extraordinary things, and you guys actually pave the way for generations.
Mm-hmm. And
while everybody's basking in your glory, you at each other's house slapboxing. That's cool as hell, man.
That's cool as fuck, man.
Yeah.
What's also sad was rest in peace to Jerry Springer.
He was,
what, 76?
Yeah.
What is he, 70? He was like 76? Somewhere around
70. Let me see. I think he was 79.
Yeah, I think he was somewhere around that. For like elderly people, that is very young. Very young.
Yeah, he passed away at 79. I think he had a form of cancer, correct?
Yeah, pancreatic cancer.
Yeah, pancreatic cancer.
Took a turn for the worse like a few months ago, and passed away. And that was, I think Kaz called him the stay-at-home sick Hall of Fame. That's what he called him.
Listen, man, let me explain something to you. Whether you had a sick day, parent-teacher conference, you got suspended, a random day where you didn't have school. Growing up, if you weren't able to come back to school the next day and talk about one segment from the Jerry Springer show, what was you doing with your life?
We
wouldn't call you back to the lunch table.
Jerry fucking, to this day, I think back to that show and I'm like, this was really on the air at 10 a.m. in the morning.
It was so funny because if you knew the story on how it happened, it couldn't have happened in any other era. Mm-hmm. It had to happen at that time. Like Jerry Springer, he tried I don't want to say the respectable route, but the more traditional route.
He tried the Oprah route.
And it just wasn't working. And then they had one random segment where it went crazy and everybody was like, oh, this is cool. And they're like, well, why don't we do a whole episode like this? And they did the whole episode. They said, well, why don't we make this our niche? And I'll be damned, man.
It worked. It really worked. And then they changed the music. At first it was like regular talk show music with a saxophone. I remember that.
Yeah.
Then after that, they switched it up to some WWE fucking shit.
Somebody did this.
And then they just let these niggas start fighting, and you hear a fucking ring bell and shit like that.
Oh my god!
Like, ding ding, and they just start fighting. Niggas started chanting, "Jerry, Jerry, Jerry." And
you want to know? You want to know one of my favorite segments, and we're gonna get into what our favorite, but one of my favorite segments always is when they pull the KKK up.
Oh yeah,
the KKK. Let me explain something. I know that white supremacy reigns free in America, but when it came to Jerry Springer show, you would think the KKK was fighting for their lives. One episode, they'd have to fight the Italian mafia. The next episode, they'd have to fight the Jewish community. The next episode, they bring straight niggas from Compton. Okay? Every single time they put them up, and they were always getting their asses whooped. Because you know why? They weren't allowed to bring a burning cross. Mm-hmm. When you got to use hands and you can't use the cross, it don't work out very well. KKK ain't got no hands.
And then you got to get Steve up there to fucking break motherfuckers up and shit like that. Everybody can't for Steve.
Give me a hell yeah!
He looked like him too. He looked like Austin. And Steve always had that smile on his face, like, oh wait, here we go again. Like know.
The power of Jerry Springer's show. Steve got his own show.
You know how that happened, right?
Yeah.
You know how, because, well, to the people that don't know, Jerry went on to go do Dancing with the Stars for like a month or two or whatever. So he was gone. So they needed someone to like tape episodes. So they had Steve host the show, and Steve literally he put himself in a suit and shit like that. And Steve was like, you know what? I'm going to do more serious topics and more serious episodes. And then that shit caught steam. And then Jerry was like, you know what? What Oprah was to Dr. Phil, that's what Jerry Springer was to Steve. And then we got the Steve Wilkos show. And
that's why I appreciate Jerry Springer. Jerry Springer wasn't a hater. Jerry Springer was like, nah, my man's got something too. Put my man's on. He can rock it. Put my man's on.
Only thing that sucked about Jerry Springer is when it went off the air, they didn't give him a final episode.
Yeah.
They never it just ended abruptly.
Can you blame him? Can you blame him?
I mean, dude, they had those too hot for TV fucking videos of Jerry Springer. The shit they couldn't air. Like strippers were
I want to explain something. And I if people take it the wrong way, that's your fault, because I do not mean it in that way. Okay. Jerry Springer was also educational. Jerry Springer show was where I first learned about transgender people.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people would probably say that. A lot of kids would say that. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, that was legitimately the first place I learned about it. So that's why when people talk about, I didn't know transgender people existed, I'm like, oh, so you didn't watch Jerry Springer, huh? You suck. You saw
coming out there and say, I have a secret to tell my boyfriend. What's the secret? I'm a man. And they be talking just like that.
And he's like, damn, I never knew. I didn't have no idea.
Or he'll just swing on her.
Yeah.
Just instantly start swinging on him.
I'll never forget.
Did you tell me this?
I'll never forget one episode where homeboy in the crowd, and this is another beauty about the show. The crowd would be so hyped that the crowd wanted to be a part of the show and the segment too. So homeboy gets on there and he's like, yeah, so I got a question for them over there. He says, so why is your bulge so packing outside in your pant in your dress like that? And the person that said in the softer voice, well, this is just how I dress, and immediately said, but if you want to get gangster, I could be a man, I'll whoop your ass. And the guy ran from the crowd and they started tussling right there on the stage. And then you hear the ding ding, Jerry.
Give me a hell yeah.
There's so many moments from that show. I can't just choose one, because you told me to like think of a moment. There's so many moments from that show, and it's still wild to me from 1990, 99 and 98, 99,
97, 98 in that range.
To 2000 to 2016,
5,
17.
But 5.7's when I stopped, because I was like,
but
okay,
it kept going.
Yeah, no, it kept going. It kept going.
Yeah.
5.7, like, yeah, between 2005 and 7 was when, because high school is different. You got like, all right, well, I got things I got to do. You find different realms. But to hold that period of time, like you said, going from the end of the 90s into 2 more decades, that's impressive.
He lasted longer than Oprah. And he kept going. He kept going.
It's very impressive.
Like, it was like during that time period, it was what's it called? Like the Hall of Fame, the Sick Hall of Fame. It was Maury, it was Jerry Springer, Ricky Lake, Jenny Jones, Montel Williams, and I feel like I'm missing somebody. I think I said them all.
You said Ricky Lake. Who's the other one that started with an R?
Ricky Lake.
No, not Ricky Lake. There was the other one. She had the glasses and she had the curly hair. She's a white lady.
Oh, Sally Jesse Raphael.
There you go. Oh my God, you can't forget about her. Come on now.
Yeah, that's
come on. Sally had it popping though. Sally was popping because Sally be quick with the mouth too. She wouldn't take no shit. So she'd have a serious topic, but if you just sound like you was a fucking idiot, she was slick at the mouth. Nah, Sally good on Sally. Let me explain something to listeners real quick. Sally good on any MLK Boulevard.
Mm-hmm. She good.
That girl good. That white girl good. They treat Sally like they treat Tina Marie.
Mm-hmm. No, Ricky Lake was borderline Springer. Ricky Lake and Jenny Jones, they were the prelude to Springer.
Yeah.
Because that was trash. That was a trash television. Talk shows used to be the shit back then. They ain't like that no more.
Bro, remember, Jerry Springer was so popping at one point that Jerry Springer was in the Wayans Brothers episode and he was in Austin Powers.
Austin Powers, yes. Yes, man. Like, he had his own movie. Jerry had his own movie, Ringmaster. Yes, that's how Jerry Springer is the reason why we have the Attitude Era within WWE. WWE saw Jerry Springer and was like, yo, we got to do that type of shit.
Yep.
That was a once in a lifetime. Rest in peace to Jerry Springer, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Rest in peace to him. He
Rest
paved
in
the
peace.
way for this shit.
Absolutely.
That's a legacy. That is a legacy that's going to be remembered. Like, yeah, that happened.
It's sad that I say this, and I probably shouldn't say it, but fuck it. Jerry Springer's show was so popping that it made racism funny.
Yeah, it did. Yeah,
it really did. Because he would try to get serious with it, and then at the same time too, he knew he couldn't control it. So he was like, you know what, you saying some racist shit. Let me call somebody out, and they're just gonna come whoop your ass.
And then what's even crazier is that after all that madness, he has his final thought, and it's some really thought-provoking Oprah, Dr. Phil shit. And he's like, take care of each other, and it's like, take care of everybody and each other.
What kind of shit is that?
You used to go through 56 minutes of just pure fuckery, and then the last 4 minutes, we all gotta love each other.
Pretty much.
Don't be here doing this. Use this as an example. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
We'll see you tomorrow. Where the topic is, I slept with the entire family. Who's my father?
Give me a hell yeah!
Oh,
yeah,
man.
what a time,
Good
man.
times. Good times. So,
Jack Harlow.
Yeah, he said, fuck y'all.
Yeah. No, he said fuck y'all. He said fuck y'all niggas.
Yeah. He said, I know you. He dropped.
He said, oh, you don't know me.
You don't know me.
You don't know me. Okay.
He heard all the shit y'all were talking about his last album, and he was like, no, I got to remind y'all who I am, who I am. So he dropped JACKMAN.
Yep.
And the album is 24 minutes, 10 tracks. These tracks aren't even that long at all. He went in and got out. He just started rapping over soulful beats, and I enjoyed it. For what it is, I enjoyed the shit.
Yeah, see, this was what I was talking about from his last album, which was Come Home, The Kids Miss You, versus JACKMAN. JACKMAN, Come Home, The Kids Miss You, it was, again, I didn't have any issue with it, but I understood why people were upset with it to the degree that they were. And it was because it just lacked soul, it lacked feeling, it lacked authenticity.
Yeah.
This motherfucker on this album, 24 minutes, I can honestly tell you, I don't think a bar was wasted.
No, it was like he went through his hard drive and just got beats and just rapped over them.
Yeah, he was like, okay, watch this. And he rapped with such passion. And that was what was missing on the previous album. Like, you know what I'm saying? You could hear when a rapper it's not bad, but you can hear it when it's missing the extra oomph. And that's what was missing, was just the passion, the feeling that I love being behind the booth. I love doing this. That last album, it produced some platinum records, and there's no slight on that. You know, we in this business to get the money, so go for that. But there comes a point where you want to hear a rapper sound like, yeah, I make money, but if they took everything away from me and I still got a microphone, I'm still doing this.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what it sounded like.
And one of the songs that was kind of the most thought-provoking, some people even compare this to Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, was Gang, Gang, Gang.
Yeah.
And it was him talking about him coming back home for the holidays and hearing that his former friends or people that he used to know are pedophiles or rapists and all types of shit. And he's like, wait, what the fuck?
Yeah, what was homeboy's name? Robert? Wait, which Robert? Our Robert?
That Robert? Sleeping with little boys? What? Like, it came
I thought he was talking about
at
first I thought he was talking about R. Kelly.
Yeah, but nah, he was talking about his own.
Somebody did this.
And then he said his Robert, and I was like, oh, okay. It don't make it that much better, but you know.
It doesn't. And I remember everyone on Twitter was all going like, when everyone on Twitter said, they were all going like, who the fuck are your friends?
Yeah. Yeah.
Shit. But other than that, man, I wish it was a little longer, but it was good. I enjoyed it.
I really don't think I think it served its purpose. It was just a reminder. It was just a reminder to let people know I really do this. I really rap, and don't get it twisted. So I was okay with that.
Pretty much. That's
there was
what it was.
there was bars in Common Ground. He said, condescending suburban kids growing up to be rap journalists, writing urban myths about who they think is the best urban kid and who the worst it and who's authentic. Thought that was pretty thought provoking. You know what I mean? Bringing that topic up, and again, you and I have had many conversations about who we believe should be gatekeepers, when gatekeepers should come into fact. And look, I appreciate him speaking on that topic because a lot of people don't listen to certain topics unless, they receive it from the same complexion. So I appreciate that. He then went and he stirred up some controversy, which I'm not mad. I want to make it perfectly clear. I'm not mad at this controversy he stirred up because when you're a rapper, you say things. Whether other people believe it, that's up for them to do. But if you believe in your heart of hearts, go for it. He made the claim that he is the second best white rapper to ever grace the microphone.
And I don't understand why motherfuckers were that mad about that. He's like, I'm like next to Eminem, I'm the second best white rapper. And niggas were legit mad about that. And I was shocked that they were that mad about it.
You want to know why it's so funny?
What?
That they were shocked because they always complain about white rappers.
Yeah.
That's why it was so funny. It was like, wait, you keep bad-mouthing Eminem. Shut up.
And now you're saying, and then I asked the question, who's the best, next to Eminem, who's the next best white rapper? And a lot of people said Mac Miller. A lot of people said LP. A lot of people said John Cena, even though he had one album. And then he really gave up the hip-hop shit after. Like, he's kind of a culture vulture if you really think about it. But we're not going
to disrespect Paul Wall.
Paul Wall was up there a lot.
And we're not going to disrespect Lil White.
No Lil White. No one said Lil White on Twitter.
I'll say Lil White. We're not going to disrespect Lil White.
Yeah. It was just funny.
Remember, this ain't nothing new. I was mad at the verses because they didn't have Lil White. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I'm not mad at Jack Harlow's claim. Too early to say it, sure. But I ain't mad at it. You're supposed to talk that talk.
Isn't that what hip hop is? Saying that you're the best and prove me wrong. And you just said, yeah, I'm the second best white rapper. I'm not saying I'm the best. I am the second best. Prove me wrong. And niggas started listing all these rappers, and I'm like, all right, but when it comes to mainstream, yeah, maybe G-Eazy didn't get mad about it. He's like, oh, good for him. Shit, I'm in my own lane. Yeah. So good for him. Good for Jack Harlow, man.
Yeah, no, I'm not mad at this project. Good to go with it. Salute to him. And again, that was a really good offering. It was, again, he didn't make the album for me, so I'm not here to toot my own horn. He just produced an example of what I was talking about in terms of the lack of the authentic feel and the passion. He served that on this project.
He recorded this to get this out of his system. That's what this sounds like. Because a lot of people were hating on this boy after that album came out. A lot of people were hating. He had the number one song. He got nominated for a Grammy and all that. And a lot of people on Twitter and social media hated his ass. He be performing at clubs, performing in concerts, sold out tours, and then you go online and you feel like everyone hates you. That can fuck with you. So yeah, he had to go on there and remind motherfuckers who he is. So hey man, shout out to Jack Harlow. And honestly, personally for me, all the albums he dropped, I had no issues with them. Especially his first album and his last album. I had no issues with them. I didn't hate them like as everyone else hated them. I'm not gonna go out and defend them, but I ain't gonna hate. So
right.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Before we get out of here, tell us a little bit about Guardians of the Galaxy. Don't tell me too much because I still gotta see it, but go and sprinkle a little crack on there.
It was an advanced screening. There was this dude that sat right next to me, and he was boo-hooing. This man was crying. This is the type of movie that we get about. It's a very emotional movie. And
this man.
I didn't want to boo him, but you said boo-hoo-hooing, so I figured, well, they say boo, so there you go.
No, not to the point. I'm just sitting there. And like something happens, I'm not gonna say exactly what happened, but some shit happens to Rocket, and I look and I'm seeing old boys just crying, and I look up at the screen, and I'm like, that's a talking raccoon. I'm saying like,
That powerful niggardry at work, Ham.
I want to say, stand up. Stand up.
You know what would have been fucked up? You know what would have been fucked up is if you looked at him and said, "You're crying over a coon."
Yeah, I thought about that. But overall, honestly, my nigga, this is my opinion. So what I'm about to say right now, this is just my opinion. During the MCU, I felt the Steve Rogers Captain America trilogy was the best trilogy that came out of Marvel. Out of the whole MCU. At this very moment, that title now goes to Guardians of the Galaxy.
Well, that's saying a lot.
Oh yeah, this is right up there in my opinion. Again, this is just me. Maybe I saw it and how I was feeling. It was a similar feeling I had after I saw Infinity War and Endgame. This is by far the best. That is the best movie since Infinity War and Endgame. It's up there because they wrapped everything up in a nice little bow for the arc of the Guardians. It wrapped everything up, and for that's an achievement. It was a really good movie.
Okay,
like great.
Not respected.
Now everyone else can have a different opinion because critics are kind of shitting on it because they're saying it's too dark and shit like that. Well, don't bring your kids. And I was going like, what did I say? I'm like, damn, you never saw My Girl, huh? Never saw Indiana Jones, Symbol of Doom, now, my nigga? You never watched Thriller, nigga?
You ain't never watched Thriller,
I've seen
nigga.
Worse. What?
You ain't never watched Thriller, nigga?
Nah, Guardians 3, this was James Gunn's swan song to the MCU. Because he's about to go off to DC. And, oh yeah, I don't know if you heard about this, but they're saying the Flash movie, because they did like a little advanced screening for that shit. Not out here, but they did it at CinemaCon and shit. They're saying Flash, yeah, and they said that movie's the shit. They're calling that one of the greatest superhero movies of all time. And I'm like, really? And even people that were highly critical of all the DC movies, they're saying this shit. And I'm just like, oh, you have what was it? What was the shit from Django Unchained? You have my curiosity.
Now you have my attention.
Now you have my attention. It's a more of a. I'm very curious about Flash. They're saying Ezra Miller did a great job, so they completely understand why they had to medicate that boy up and put him in the fucking hole. He said, "We gonna get this money." Shit. But nah, Guardians 3, that was good shit. That was a really good movie, man. But other than that, one other thing I want to say is prayers up to Jamie Foxx because he's in the hospital right now. We still don't know. There's rumors about what's going on. I don't want to say it because I still don't know what's been going on with him. So prayers up to him. Hope he gets better.
We'll just say prayers up. Absolutely.
You know. But other than that, man, this is episode 295 of the kind of consistent. We just keep it going. We keep it rolling when we can do it. Podcast in your area, The iLLogical Sense. You can always hit us on Twitter. Shout out to Mr. Fab. You can follow me at Mr. Busby 408. You can follow us at Twitter at iLLogicalSP. You can always follow us on Instagram at The iLLogical Sense, and of course on the Facebook.
Give me a hell yeah!
And on all social media, you can find me at JCNo. Once again, I'm on that time. I want war.
Oh.
I'm here. You will acknowledge me.
Acknowledge me. You will acknowledge me. You literally sound like Roman when you said that. You will acknowledge me.
Yeah, you will acknowledge me. Okay. I'm not the bloodline, but my bloodline is getting bigger. So you will acknowledge what's about to happen. But I just want you to know at the end of the day, even when you despise and you're disgusted with yourself, I still love you.
What?
Because I know you. I've known you for years.
I remember you were conflicted. Misusing your
You're not used to having this kind of power. It's okay. It's okay. You've misrepresented. You shamed yourselves many times. It's okay. I get that.
This is fun. See, sometimes I kind of wish I had this much, if this really was Lakers, I mean, if I was, I'm talking about as much as a big of a fan of the Niners as I am for the Warriors. If I was a bigger fan for the Warriors as I am for the Niners, me and you would be talking the most utter shit to each other right now. But I don't. So that kind of just kills
you
the
think
whole
we be
fucking
talking?
shit.
You think we be talking shit?
Mm-hmm.
But I just talk to you like my brother.
Because I know you.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Because I know you.
Yeah, this is like what would have happened if Cain missed on Abel. You tried. It didn't work. Still here. You told me when Kobe left that I should look for a new team. It didn't work. Still here. But you know his time's running out.
Whose time's running out?
Yours.
The Warriors.
And that's why I forgive you for it all. Truly do. You were blinded by the power. You didn't know what to do with it. You weren't used to that.
Because I know you.
Yeah, you were. It was you believed what Giannis said decades ago. Failure was acceptable, and it's okay. You get that. But now the time has come. Everything that all your transgressions, where has it gotten you? Right back to us. Right back to us. We're gonna have some fun.
Oh, we're gonna have some fun. This is gonna be a great series. It's a great series. It better be a great series.
We're gonna have some fun. But in the meantime, at JC No Hundreds, if you got the number, you know how to reach me. And just because we're going through beef, you still need to recognize me as New Daddy Cole, because that time is also coming. It's coming soon, and I still deserve that respect. I don't care how bad I talk about you and show you truths to you and make you look in the mirror and question yourselves every night for the next 2 weeks. You will acknowledge me as New Daddy Cole. That's all I got for now. We may not have another episode until the series is over, and I'm fine with that. New beginnings for me. Maybe new beginnings for the Warriors. They may be going through some things that they never experienced before. Just give them some time. It's okay. Just know I'm here for you. Because I know you.
On that note, we out.
Peace.
Peace.